Tell me, do you think you're an impulsive person? One of the first things I realize about people that admit to me they're impulsive is they say it or they frame it in a sense that suggests that they cannot change this, that they are impulsive and that is the way they are, that's the way they'll be. They'll always be doomed to ruin their life, ruin good things because they have no self-control. Well, this is true. If they believe that, if you believe truly that you're never going to change, then of course you're never going to change, because why would you make the effort to? Impulsive. We're all impulsive to an extent, and it depends how much distance you can create between your brain and your mouth or your actions or your hands or whatever you do. I could sit here and tell you to meditate. You'd probably tell me that it doesn't work for you because, you've tried it once or twice, which is clearly enough to dictate if something works for you. And your brain's just too messy for meditation. I mean, that's the entire point of it, but I'm not going to tell you to meditate, although you should. But first I'm going to explain to you that it's always a choice. As impulsive as you may think you are, which you may be, the things you do are your choice. Your brain didn't make you do that. The situation didn't make you do that. You chose to do it. It's simply the fact that you thought something, you had an impulse and you didn't even question it. You just acted upon it. Then yeah, that's what being impulsive is. And why can I speak to you like this? Because I'm an impulsive person. But I don't let that ruin my life. I don't let that define me either. Because I've learned to sit and question, to understand that just because you think something or feel something doesn't mean that's reality. Reality is what you put into this world. We can very rarely control our feelings, our thoughts. So, why would you assume that these things should dictate our lives? Because we can't control them, but also they can't control us. I'm having a few negative thoughts right now. Negative feelings attached to that. You can either associate it or you can watch it come, watch it go. If you want to know what the thought was, it was me listening to myself speak and thinking, wow, they must think I think I'm really cool or wise speaking, and I don't. I think I'm very pretentious. But there's value to be given in this, I believe. It's the music in the background, it's making me really relaxed. Tell me if you like this style of video. Mixing it up a bit at the moment. Gonna give you some variety. Chief, just because you're impulsive doesn't mean you are a slave to these impulses. And the reason why you are so impulsive with your choices is just simply because there's no distance between you and your thoughts, and you can create that. And I know I said I wasn't going to tell you to, but through meditation, the only reason I would recommend that is because meditation is not stopping your thoughts, it's just creating distance, realizing that they are just there. Your feelings too. What you do in a day is completely up to you, and it doesn't have to be swayed by how you feel. It's so hard sometimes to not let it be, Just this morning, I almost started my whole day off in a degenerate fashion like I would have done a few months ago, maybe even a year ago, by looking at my phone and scrolling through things. I don't even have social media, but I just looked at my phone to check if I had any messages because I'm going to work later. And then it spiraled, and that was a choice. I didn't do any of these things, but I almost did. And sometimes all you've got to realize is you are in control. You have to tell yourself you're in control. And if you choose to do these things, first of all, there's no point beating yourself up about it, because that is a waste of time. But understanding that you chose that. No one else made you do that. You may have been tempted, but it wasn't the temptation that made you do it. Ultimately, if you made the choice, it's your responsibility. And if you act hopeless too, if you're one of these impulsive people that is always going to be like that, and you've been like that your whole life, and you just can't find a way to change, you know the only reason you're like that is because you tell yourself that. It's a story you tell yourself about yourself, and you believe it, and therefore it becomes reality. You can never change, you've tried so hard. Well, you're playing the victim, first of all. You're sat there saying, I spent all this time trying and it's just nothing's worked, blah, 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 blah. You're basically saying, poor me, poor me, poor me. How are you ever going to change anything from the view of a victim, from the view of things are happening to you that you can't control? Yes, you can. You've made all these choices. It's been you, no one else. You're not a victim. You're just a guy or a girl choosing to do things. Some of them, maybe most of them, maybe all of them stupid. But you can choose differently today and tomorrow and the day after that. And things might not change straight away. But you make enough right choices, and in a week, a month, a year, suddenly you're a completely different person. And all it takes is understanding you can change, believing you can change, and not saying to yourself, I don't know how. Saying I don't know how, saying, well, I've been this way this long, I can't see, blah, 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 blah. That is just giving yourself an excuse not to try, and you know it. Acting like you're special. Anyone can be great. They just have to put the work in. No one is special enough to be bad, to be a victim for the rest of their life. That is a choice, and do you really want to choose that? Just accept for me one thing, that you are choosing to be how you are. And if you accept that and you still find with choosing to be how you are, then I can't say anything. But knowing that it's a choice, knowing it's a choice to be how you are, do you really want to choose to be a victim to whatever's happening to you? I'll leave you with that. Chief, it's been raining a lot today, and it's been very calming. It's been beautiful to watch. I appreciate the rain if you see it. This life is yours. No matter what life is throwing at you, it is yours to make a good situation out of everything. I've been ill recently, last week. For the last week, I've not been able to go to the gym and all this stuff, and it's got me down, yeah. But I'm choosing to see the positivity in it. Life's clearly testing me right now, and I intend to pass and not make myself the victim. And smile in the face of everything. I really hope you're having a fantastic day when you see this. And I will see you tomorrow. Say less. Do more. Hasta luego.